Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I am here to talk about 3 unmissable and amazing tours in Switzerland, the ones we think are the coolest and most different, that mountain climbing experience, those fantastic Swiss Alps, suspension bridges, ice palaces, very different things that will give a special charm to your trip. I'm talking about the others that we also think are cool. We'll mention them quickly, but we'll highlight 3 tours and excursions that are really cool for you to do when you are there. So guys, don't forget to enjoy the video, and if you can, of course, give us a like, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. Well, Switzerland is a very nice country to visit. It's a small country, so you can easily move from one city to another. I would divide Switzerland into 2 types of tours. The tours where you visit the cities, so you go to Zurich, spend the day getting to know the city centers, stroll along the lake. They are very beautiful cities. Ginebra, Bern, Lucerne, I think the most beautiful of all is my favorite. These are tours that you will explore on your own, and there are the tours that are a little bit more complex. They are the most distant ones, and they are the mountain tours. You go up to the top of a mountain. There is the highest mountain in Europe. There is a mountain where we can go skiing. There is a mountain with a nice palace and a suspension bridge. So these tours involve a little more planning and investment. You end up having to hire an agency that does this tour, which I think is a very nice option. I was surprised by the price and the quality. Or you can also go alone by train. You get around, you see everything you need. You can do these tours by train. So we'll mention here the 3 that we think are the best for you to see which one you can include on your trip, and some others that we thought about it would be interesting to talk. So there's a lot of cool things for us to comment. So let's go guys, we go with the list, the top 3 tours that you cannot miss in Switzerland. So let's start with Mount Titlis. I think it's very nice. It's a very nice walk to do, even for those who don't like skiing. Nothing, you will see snow. There is snow all year round, and that's what I think is really cool about this tour. And there are several cool things that you end up seeing in just one tour. It's a tour that you can do if you have to take the train. You have to see the train's route very carefully. Sometimes you have to pay for the train that you get to the mountain. There are several routes you can take. You can buy them, but there is the excursion option that I found easier. You already go with a guide, with a bus. The ticket to go up the mountain is already included. They take you to all the entrances. Everything is already included. It's much easier, more practical, and you end up enjoying the places more. So it's an option. Compare them, see exactly which one you think is the best. Here on the site I will tell you the price because I know that everyone likes the price. On the website where we always buy all the tours and excursions in Europe, and that I will leave the link here below in the description of the video. Click on it, see it, follow along. This tour of the Mount Titlis, it's leaving from 139 euros. It's a very nice price. It involves an excursion to the top of the mountain, which is a place that has snow every year, so you will see snow, you will get to walk in the snow. It's more than 3,000 meters above sea level. It has a surreal view of the Swiss Alps. You will take the Roderick cable car that they talk about. It's a very nice cable car to go up the mountain. It's an attraction in itself. There is the suspension bridge. There is a surreal bridge that you can cross. That's very cool. There is the ice cave, which is another amazing place to visit. You will also take the ice flyer cable car. There are the typical houses that are very cute. It looks like you're in a movie. There's the rotating cable car. There is a panoramic view of the city. It's a very nice tour because it's kind of surreal. You will see things that you have never seen before in your life. There are activities for you to do, so it's a different option to put in the middle of the tour of the cities, so that you don't just get to know the cities, the small towns, which are beautiful, but it's nice that you take at least 1 or 2 of these tours to get to know the mountains, the Swiss Alps, because it's a view that you will hardly ever see anything like it in your life. An important piece of information, guys, depending on where you are, these tours are a little bit closer. These 3 tours I'll mention here are right in the center of Switzerland, right there in the Swiss Alps, so what happens if you are in Zurich, you are further away from them. If you are in Bern, you are a little bit closer, but you are still about 2.5, 3 hours away from them. Now, there's one city that I think is very beautiful, which is my recommendation for you to stay there for at least 3 days, which is Lucerne. Lucerne is an incredible city. It's very beautiful, and it's near the top of the Swiss Alps, where most of these tours are. Staying there, the tours through this website, you will see that the price of the excursions is much cheaper than leaving Zurich. There are tourists leaving from all the cities, but when you click on the destination on the website and you put Lucerne, they will always be cheaper because it's much closer. It will always take you only a couple of hours. It's much faster and much easier. They also leave from Zurich, but just to give you a cool hint, if you intend to do these tours, try to stay 3 days in Lucerne, which is a beautiful city, centrally located, and you can take advantage of all this excursion and pay much less too. So staying in a nice place and close, it's going to be essential for you if you want to save money. Oh, and guys, any travel questions you may have, send us your questions and we'll try to help everyone. Even faster, add me on Instagram @PaiLorenzi and then send a direct message with the question that I try to answer. Sometimes it takes me a few days because there are a lot of messages, but I really like to answer, and take the time to follow us there because we are always traveling around the world giving travel tips. And now we are leaving Orlando in the United States, showing all the routine with the family, the Disney parks. We have a new channel if you can give us a hand. It's the Familia Lorenzi here on YouTube. We show our daily life, the routine here in the United States, the parks, the trips, everything, the routine for our little ones that are a blast. So follow us there, give us a hand, subscribe, and I'm sure you're going to love the content. The second tour is one of the most famous in the world, one of the tourists' favorites, which is the tour to the top of Jungfraujoch. The name of Switzerland, they are very difficult, the names are hard to pronounce, but it's one of the coolest places because it's the highest place in Europe, it's the top of Europe, so everybody wants to go. So on this tour, you take a train that's super famous there, which is called the Jungfraujoch Railway to go up to the top. There's the Sphinx Observatory. Man, it's an incredible place. I don't know how they built this observatory above the mountain, on the top of a mountain. You will be walking around up there. Most of the year it's always covered with snow. There is a nice palace that's very cool. There's the cable car that was reformed and it's very nice. The Eager Express is also very nice for you to have a view of the mountain, the villages. There is the observation point at the Sphinx that I mentioned. It's in this observatory. You can stand around and watch the mountains, the tops. You will see that's a surreal thing from the pictures. These tours, you can see that they are not weak, they are sensational. It's worth dedicating one day for each of them. Set aside some time in your itinerary because it's an amazing deal. You can buy it all separately as well, but if you buy the tour, it's the same thing. It's already included. This one has the bus transport there, and then you have the included ticket from the railway to the cable car. The cable car ticket, the access to the Alpine Station, the Sphinx Observatory, the Atheist Viewpoint, the Ice Palace, it's all included. So it's one thing. This one costs 253 euros leaving from Lucerne, which is a little bit closer. I think it's a good price. This tour is top one, I think. I put the other one ahead because I really like the other one, but this one, in terms of sales, is the most popular. It's the most sought after by tourists from all over the world. So it's a very famous place. It's very beautiful. The snow is amazing. You have amazing views. The sightseeing is incredible. So it's really the top one tour. And I use this ticket website a lot because it's the second largest in the world for tickets and tours. I never had a problem. I've been buying for years. In Europe, it's one of the biggest. It's very good. We never had problems, so I always buy there. And the cool thing now, they have almost all the currencies on the website, so you will be able to see it in your language, in your currency. And if you are in Brazil, you can use Pix, so you don't pay the 6% IOF that you would pay in other sites, that you would pay there on the spot. So it also ends up being the cheapest place of all. So buy in advance, do your research. These are options that we manage to make our trip better and better and cheaper, of course, so you can pay in many forms. And the third tour option, this of the three, is easier to do on your own than with an excursion, but there are excursions too. It's the tour to Grindelwald, which is also a super famous mountain, all in this style, and Interlaken. It's a very charming village. It's worth spending an afternoon there. You can either do this tour, which is all included, or you can buy the tickets from Lucerne or wherever you are to Interlaken. Spend the day there, visit, walk around. It's very beautiful, very nice, and then you take the little train to go up to Grindelwald, which is one of the most famous mountains in Europe. It's a very beautiful place. The view from the top is also surreal. The observatory is very nice because you are suspended. It's a little bridge, a deck where you can observe all the mountains, a nice view of the city of Lucerne when you are there on the way. It's very nice, people. There is the casino in Interlaken, which is very famous. You pass by there very quickly. There are the villages to the town of Grindelwald, which is also a beautiful little village, one of those from the movies that we see in the middle of the mountain. It's very nice. This one is much cheaper. This is 85 euros, leaving Lucerne from all-inclusive tour, all stops, tickets, or it's a little bit cheaper if you buy everything by yourself, but plan ahead. Go direct there because you have to buy several parts, several separate tickets, so you have to pay attention if you want to go by yourself, because you have to plan everything accordingly. If you go with a tour with the agency, it's going to be simpler, but you can go by your own with no problem. And entering this website, enter here below in the description. I'll leave this website and several others that we used to set up the trip. Take a look at the tours. There's also a tour to Mount Pilate, which is a very famous mountain in Switzerland. It's not so popular, but there are many people who do it. There are boat tours in all the cities. There are tours for you to do in each of the cities. So go in, explore it. This website is very nice for you to start building your itinerary. And a cool tip, if you arrive at the airport, this site sells transfers. The transfers from the airport to the hotel, and it's usually cheaper than cabs, Uber, and it's safer. You get there and you already have a person waiting for you with a little sign, with your bags, with your name. They take you to the car with the bags, help you go to the hotel. There's no communication problem, no need to talk about the address. Everything is already there. We also use this website a lot to buy the transfer from the airport to the hotel and then to go back from the hotel to the airport. It makes everything much easier. And down here in the description of the video and in the first fixed comment, I'll leave all the links we used to organize the trips. Besides this very good website for cheaper tickets and tours, I'll also leave the internet chip that we use to be able to use the cell phone there in Switzerland and throughout Europe. It's a very good chip, check it out. The travel insurance comparator, that's mandatory. Don't forget that it's mandatory to have international travel insurance, but with this website, with this comparator, it compares in all insurance companies and it finds incredible prices. I just saw one here for a 10-day trip covering everything you need. It's 27 euros in a good insurance company. So use the comparator, that you will save a lot and get good insurance quickly and very cheap. There is also the website of the hotels. I left the hotels that we liked a lot, that we recommend, that were very good value for money. Check it out. It's really cool. We left everything described here for you to organize your whole trip, saving the most on everything and with the places that we use until today and that we have never had any kind of problem. Everything is there for you in the description. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps us a lot. And don't miss the video of the perfect itinerary through Switzerland. Just type in YouTube and you will find it. It's a very nice itinerary that we put together, going through all these incredible places, in a video that I'm going to highlight here. That's the one about how to travel cheaply in Switzerland. It's a complete video that put together teaching how to plan your whole trip, saving as much as possible on everything. Check it out. And below is the playlist with all the other videos from Switzerland for you to watch and enjoy. So thanks a lot, guys, and have nice trips.